Juan Pujol García was born in Barcelona, Spain, in 1912. He entered the world at a time when the city was alive with culture, but also simmering with political tension and social change. He grew up during a time of great change and unrest in his country. The streets of Barcelona often echoed with the sounds of demonstrations and the voices of people demanding a better future. His family was middle class, and his father owned a small business. They lived modestly, but Juan's parents worked hard to provide stability and opportunity for their children. Juan was always curious and loved to read about history and politics. He spent hours in local libraries, fascinated by stories of leaders, revolutions, and the struggles of ordinary people. As he grew older, Spain was torn apart by a violent civil war. The conflict divided families, friends, and entire communities, leaving scars that would last for generations. Juan saw firsthand the pain and chaos that war brought to ordinary people. He witnessed neighbors forced to flee their homes and the constant fear that gripped his city. He did not want to fight for either side in the Spanish Civil War, because he hated violence and did not support extreme ideas. Instead, he quietly resisted, refusing to be swept up by the hatred and division. These early experiences shaped Juan's view of the world. He became thoughtful and introspective, always questioning what was right and searching for a way to make a positive impact. He believed in peace and wanted to do something meaningful with his life. Even as a young man, he dreamed of helping others and standing up for what he believed was just. When World War II broke out in 1939, Juan felt compelled to take action. The world was once again plunged into chaos, and he knew he could not stand by and do nothing. He was determined to make a difference, even if it meant risking everything. Juan's courage and sense of duty would soon lead him down a path few could imagine. His journey from an ordinary Spaniard to a world-changing spy began with simple ideals: a hatred for war, a love of peace, and a desire to help others. These values would guide him through the most dangerous and extraordinary chapters of his life. World War II was raging across continents, leaving devastation in its wake and changing the lives of millions. In the midst of this chaos, Juan Pujol García watched from neutral Spain, his heart heavy with concern. He saw the Nazis conquering much of Europe, their armies marching relentlessly, and he felt deeply troubled by the darkness spreading across the continent. Pujol did not want evil to win, nor could he stand by while innocent people suffered. He had no military training, no political influence, and no connections to powerful leaders. But he believed, with all his heart, that even one determined person could make a difference in the world. Night after night, he thought deeply about how he could help, searching for a way to contribute to the fight against tyranny. Juan realized that the best weapon he had was his mind. He decided that cleverness, not guns, would be his way to fight the Nazis. He dreamed of becoming a spy, even though he had no experience, no training, and no idea where to start. His motivation was simple and pure. He wanted to help bring peace to a world torn apart by violence, and he was willing to risk everything, even his own life, to do it. At first, Juan was uncertain and hesitant. He did not know how to begin or who would listen to him. He tried to contact the British several times, writing letters and offering his help as a volunteer, but each time they turned him away, dismissing him as unimportant and unqualified for such dangerous work. Still, Juan did not give up. He refused to let rejection stop him, and his determination only grew stronger. He spent countless hours studying, planning, and searching for a way to make a real impact, no matter how hard it was or how long it took. He kept searching for a way to join the fight against Hitler, one that would use his intelligence, resourcefulness, and courage, not just brute force. His persistence and unwavering resolve would soon lead him to one of the most daring and ingenious spy operations in history, changing the course of the war forever. At first, the British paid little attention to Juan, dismissing his attempts to offer his services. Frustrated but determined, Juan realized he needed a new strategy if he wanted to make a difference in the war. So, he decided to approach the Nazis instead, cleverly pretending that he wanted to become their spy. In Madrid, he contacted German intelligence and boldly offered to spy for Germany and Britain, presenting himself as a willing recruit. The Germans, eager for information, accepted his offer and provided him with basic training in espionage, teaching him the skills they thought he would need. But Juan was hiding a secret plan all along, one that would change the course of his life and the war. Deep down, he never intended to help the Nazis or betray his true beliefs. Instead, Juan wanted to use the trust of the Germans to secretly aid the Allies, risking everything to become a double agent. He convinced the Germans he was traveling to Britain, but in reality, he never left Spain. He stayed in Madrid, working from the shadows. Using only newspapers, books, and his vivid imagination, Juan crafted detailed, believable reports about life in England, sending the fake stories to the Germans as if he were truly there. All the while, he continued to reach out to the British, hoping they would finally recognize his value and unique position. After many attempts and much persistence, the British finally took notice and began to listen to what Juan had to say. They quickly realized that Juan was no ordinary informant. He was clever, resourceful, and already trusted by German intelligence. His bravery and cunning had put him in a unique position, receiving secret messages from the Germans while plotting to deceive them. The British soon welcomed him as a valuable double agent, eager to use his skills in their fight against the Nazis. From that moment on, Juan operated under the code name Garbo, becoming one of the most important spies of the war. His daring mission was to mislead the Nazis, feed them false information, and help the Allies gain the upper hand to win the war. Juan Pujol Garcia's new life as a double agent began in London. The British gave him the codename Garbo after the famous actress Greta Garbo because he was such a good actor. His job was to trick the Germans into thinking he was their loyal spy while secretly helping the Allies. Garbo's reports were creative and detailed. He invented a whole network of fake agents across Britain. In his messages to the Germans, he described spies in ports, factories, and military bases. He even created fake expenses, train tickets, and hotel bills to make his reports seem real. The Germans believed him completely. They sent him money for his agents and praised his work. They had no idea that everything was a lie. Meanwhile, British intelligence helped him make his stories even more convincing. With Operation Garbo underway, Juan became one of the most successful double agents in history. He was now at the center of a dangerous game that would help decide the fate of the war. Garbo's biggest trick was, honestly, the creation of his fake spy network. He invented more than 20 imaginary agents. Each one had a name, a background, and a special job. Some were supposed to be sailors, others were businessmen, and a few were even high-ranking officers. Garbo sent detailed reports about these imaginary spies to Germany. He wrote about their so-called secret missions, their meetings, and their discoveries. Sometimes he even reported that one of his agents had died or been arrested. He would write sad letters to the Germans to explain why that agent had stopped sending information. To make his lies believable, Garbo included real news from British newspapers. He would mix in small facts with his made-up stories, which made it really hard for the Germans to tell what was true and what was false. They trusted him more and more with each message. His web of lies became so detailed that even the British were amazed. With every message, Garbo gained more influence over what the Nazis believed. The most important moment for Garbo came in 1944. The Allies were planning D-Day, the huge invasion of Nazi-occupied France. The success of D-Day depended on keeping the Germans guessing about where the attack would happen. The Nazis thought the Allies might land at Calais, the closest point to England, but the real invasion would be at Normandy. Garbo played a key role in this deception. He sent false reports to the Germans saying the main invasion would come at Calais. He described fake troop movements and invented whole armies in southern England. He even sent messages after the Normandy landings, insisting that the attack was just a distraction. Thanks to Garbo, Hitler and his generals believed the real invasion was still coming at Calais. They kept their best tanks and troops waiting there, instead of sending them to Normandy. This gave the Allies precious time to secure the beaches and move inland. Garbo's lies worked perfectly. His deception helped make D-Day a success and change the course of the war. Garbo's work saved thousands of Allied soldiers' lives. By convincing the Germans to hold back their forces, he made the Normandy landings less deadly. The Allies were able to build a strong foothold in France and push forward to liberate Europe from Nazi control. Historians agree that without Garbo's deception, D-Day might have failed. If Hitler had moved his troops to Normandy sooner, the invasion could have been stopped. The war would have lasted longer, and many more people would have died. Juan Pujol Garcia, received medals from both sides. The British gave him the Order of the British Empire for his bravery and service. Shockingly, the Germans also awarded him the Iron Cross, believing he was their best spy. Garbo's actions not only saved lives but also showed how intelligence and courage can change history. After the war, Garbo's life became complicated. The Germans never found out he was a double agent. But the world was changing, and spies could not stay safe for long. Juan feared that Nazis or others might try to get revenge. To protect him, British intelligence helped Garbo disappear. He moved to Venezuela, changed his name, and started a new life. For many years, even his family did not know where he was. He ran a small business and lived quietly, far from the world of secrets and danger. Decades later, Garbo's story was finally revealed to the public. Historians and journalists traced his incredible journey and brought his name back into the spotlight. People were amazed to learn how much one man had done to change history. Juan lived the rest of his days in peace, proud of what he had done to help end the war. Today, Juan Pujol García is remembered as one of history's greatest spies. His cleverness, courage, and sense of duty made him a hero to millions. Schools and museums tell his story, inspiring new generations to believe in the power of one person to make a difference. His legacy shows that you do not need to carry a weapon to fight for what is right. Sometimes, the most powerful weapon is your mind. Garbo's lies saved lives, ended a war sooner, and helped shape the modern world. Many books, movies, and documentaries have been made about his life. He is an example of how ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they follow their conscience and never give up. As we look back, we celebrate Juan Pujol García, not just as a master spy, but as a true hero who helped save the world.